Welcome to another video tutorial. This time we're looking at the image editing module within Canvas. To get to your modules, you will need to select the Modules tab and then locate the image editing module and select Complete Pages 1 through 2. This is going to take you to your 7 pages of content, and you do need to click on each page, read them thoroughly to ensure that you are understanding the material that you need to learn for this module. To get started, you always have your essential questions and your key terms. Please make sure that you mouse over each one of the key terms to read the definition, and it's always a good idea to use each term in a sentence. So be able to write and read your sentence using each one of these vocabulary terms. Let's take a look at the essential questions. So these are questions that you should be able to answer by the end of the module. The first one is, what is graphic editing software? So there are going to be some different editing software within this module that you're going to be using, such as Pixlr and PicMonkey. But there are other graphic editing software that you may already use or that you may be familiar with. Number 2 is, what editing programs can be used to edit raster images and also vector images. So you will be learning about raster versus vector, and you need to know the difference between the two. The last question is, how does one choose which image editing technique to apply to an image? So again, these are the questions you want to think about as you go through the module. Let's take a look at the first assignment, which is the Edit Me discussion. The directions tell you to take a look at the picture below, and that's going to be the picture that you see here on the screen. What things do you see that you would change about this picture? So in the discussion forum, I want you to list 3 things that you would edit, and then I want you to explain to me why you would edit those 3 things about this picture. Remember, when you're in the discussion forum, you do need to post your response, writing at least 6 to 8 sentences, and you also need to respond to classmates. Now, when you respond to your 2 classmates, you need to make sure you're writing complete sentences, and those need to be, I would say, at least 3 to 4 good sentences. So to access your discussion, you will select modules, locate the image editing module, and then click on Edit Me Discussion in order to start typing your response. Once you type your original response, you'll be able to see your other classmates' responses. And if you have any questions about the requirements for discussions, please check out the S'more newsletter link that you see here below. That's going to give you more details. Your second assignment is PicMonkey. So for this assignment, you're going to be using the PicMonkey editing tool to edit photos. So let's take a look at the instructions. It does tell you that PicMonkey has recently started charging for premium features. So that means some of the things that you may want to use may not be free, and you may not be able to use them. Also, you may come into an issue when you are saving. So if you cannot save an image, you can simply take a screenshot of your final edited picture, and that will be fine. So what I want you to do is, I want you to download the My Picture Edits handout that's going to be located in the sidebar of Canvas. Once you download that handout, you're going to use either your own pictures, or you can use the pictures located in the sidebar of Canvas in order to complete this assignment. It also tells you to make sure that you're saving your work in a folder. Now, GIMP is one of the assignments that is not required, so just create a folder for your own purposes so that you can save your work on your computer, okay? You need to also make sure that you designate in the file name that you've used PicMonkey in order to edit the picture. So that just means when you save your work, make sure you include PicMonkey in the file name so you'll know that it was PicMonkey, because you do have a few of these assignments that are the exact same assignment, just using a different editing software. Okay, so you want to complete each of the editing actions requested on the handout, and then of course you want to make sure that you save everything because you may need those pictures in the future. And then last but not least, it tells you to make sure you use the same picture or a different picture for each one of your edits. That's going to be up to you. But I will tell you when we look at the next slide here, some things that I need for you to make sure that you do for this assignment, because a lot of people get points taken off for this assignment and the Pixlr assignment. So I want to make sure that you guys understand a couple of things. But first, let me just tell you how to locate this. Select the Modules tab and locate the name of the module, and then you will see your PicMonkey picture editing assignment. This is where you're turning your work. Also, the next assignment is going to be Pixlr, but let's take a look at an example of what you're going to be doing, because again, I find that a lot of people are getting points deducted for this. So PicMonkey and Pixlr has the exact same assignment. The only difference is you're going to edit one using PicMonkey and edit the other using Pixlr. Okay, but the handout is the same. So you need to make sure you put your before picture and your after picture on the document. Okay, it needs to fit in the document, also right here in the title. That's very important. And please go back and take a look at your images. Make sure they're inside the text boxes, so you will have to resize them. You may even have to use what's called text wrapping in order to get your images to move freely on the page. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, one of the things that I want to mention is when you go up here and do the red eye, please use a picture that has a red eye in it, and then show me the after when you are done editing the picture. So just make sure, like for example, this student used a dog in all of his images except for the red eye, because the dog is not an image that has red eye that you can edit. So that's very important. Also, make sure that you are filling in these boxes, answering these questions along the way, okay? And then of course you have a reflection at the end. Very important that you do that. The next assignment is Pixlr. Again, this is going to be the exact same assignment. The only difference is you are editing using a different editing tool. And of course, the Pixlr picture editing assignment is here in Canvas. Okay, so again, this is the exact same assignment, just using a different editing software. And I can't wait to hear which software you like best, PicMonkey or Pixlr. I've used both of them. I tend to use PicMonkey more just for what I do, but I like both of the tools. So as always, you have a quiz at the end of each module. For your image editing quiz, you will get 10 multiple choice questions, and you'll have 35 minutes to complete your quiz. Please make sure that you allow uninterrupted time. You cannot start and stop your quiz. Review over the content, review over your assignments and your discussions before you take the quiz to ensure that you get a good score. To locate your quiz, you're going to select the Modules tab, locate the image editing module, and then click on the image editing quiz to get started. Let's take a look at your final project, which is the travel brochure project. Let's take a look at the instructions. It says you are a digital designer and you have a travel agent as a client. This travel agent has 6 featured trips that he sells to his customers. And these locations are going to be Costa Rica, Hawaii, Alaska, China, Switzerland, and Italy. What you have to do is you have to locate pictures. I'm sorry, you guys. Alexa was talking. I'm not going to edit that out either. You have to locate pictures of these locations. And these pictures need to be as attractive as possible. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to use any one of the editing software programs, Pixlr or PicMonkey. You want to find the pictures and edit those pictures. And you want to create a travel brochure using those pictures. Make sure that you follow all copyright laws, so search Creative Commons for your images. You also want to make sure that you save all of your images into a folder, stay organized. But most importantly, you want to keep records of the editing elements that you use when you're editing your pictures, okay? All right, so you're going to create a travel brochure, and my advice for the brochure is to go to Microsoft Word and select one of the brochure templates and edit that template. And a brochure is typically going to be 2 pages and it's going to have 3 columns. So what you see here on the screen, the image, is what I'm talking about. Okay, so just make sure you guys are using the correct layout, the correct form. So again, Microsoft Word, choose a brochure template. So you want to create a brochure for a travel agency that highlights these locations. All right, you want to make sure that you have the travel agency name and other information on the brochure. Now you're going to make up this information. Finally, I want you to write a reflection about the activity, and your reflection needs to include your log of photo sources and also the editing elements that you applied to your photos when you were editing them. You're going to turn in the reflection and the brochure to me when you are done. So to get started turning this in, you're going to select the Modules tab, select the Image Editing module, and then you'll see the Travel Brochure Project at the bottom, and here is where you want to submit your brochure. Don't forget to check out the course checklist within Canvas. To locate this checklist, select the Home tab, then click on Class Resources, and you will see the link for your course checklist. Your course checklist has a couple of different columns. The main column in the middle shows you a list of all of the required graded assignments for the semester. It also gives you a column to put your due days and the date that you completed your work, and also any omitted assignments will be listed in the last column. So please print and use your course checklist. It's going to be a helpful resource for you. As always, make sure that you click on every single resource located in the sidebar as you see here, and also make sure that you review all of the rubrics that are located within each module. Okay, these are going to be very important and useful to you. This concludes our video tutorial, and I hope this information was helpful to you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.